Hi, good afternoon. Welcome to Up North at 4. How are you guys doing today?
Doing great, thank you.
Thanks for having us.
Of course. So I know that you all have just reached your 100th episode milestone. So I'm from Chicago. I love Chicago, all of the different Chicago branded shows. So just tell me, how does it feel to reach this huge milestone?
It's really, it's crazy, you know, it's a really unusual thing. And I think I can safely say that when we started out, you know, 5 years ago, that it was something that, you know, if you look statistically at how many TV shows actually make it, you know, even past their first season, the numbers are daunting. So it's remarkable, you know, and it's a wonderful validation from, you know, of the hard work that like a whole lot of people around here have been doing.
Right, and so what would you say have been some of your favorite parts as you've been filming this entire series?
The 3-show crossovers, the major ones, where we take one storyline over the 3 shows, is my favorite part of the whole thing. And it is, what I hear, just the crossovers in general are what fans really respond to. And it makes a lot of sense because it's what Dick Wolf has capitalized on within what he does so well, which is these first responder stories. And so I think my favorite crossover was when the Halstead brothers were dealing with their father. And it wasn't a happy ending, but it was a good story.
So I am a huge fan of this show. I know a lot of our viewers love the show. So without spoiling it too much, can you tell us a little bit about this new episode?
Well, for my part, you're going to meet one of Dr. Charles's, you know, you're going to meet a daughter of his that we haven't met before, and she presents herself into the narrative in a very in a way that's quite challenging to old Doc Charles, and I'll leave it there.
And we're going to have a wedding. There will be, you can count on a wedding. We won't tell you who. A patient, one of our own, becomes a patient. Will ends up treating. I think we could say April. April, we can say.
Shouldn't have said that. I'm not supposed to say that.
And then,
I'll never work in this town again. And will be navigating this relationship with Dr. Hannah Asher. It's her first day back from rehab, and you know, being the one that turned her in for addiction, and also having these feelings for her, provides a lot of conflict. And you know, we'll see how the rest of the Chicago Med crew treats Dr. Hannah Asher.
oh, sounds like things are getting pretty spicy. So for you all as actors, what is it like to work in this type of industry where your show, you're always talking about new diseases and illnesses? Do you as actors learn a lot from your scripts?
I mean, yeah. Speaking for myself, all the time. And you know, one of my favorite things about the show is that we tell mental health stories, you know, and there's when Dick called me to tell me about the show, he said, you know, this is a role for a psychiatrist in this hospital show that I'm doing. There's never been one before. There's a reason for that, and I think the world is ready. And he was absolutely right. You know, it's when we tell mental health stories, we get these extraordinary, you know, responses because it's so important to talk about mental health and sort of bring it sort of out of the shadows, you know, and to me that it's a real privilege to do that. It's a responsibility. And like I say, it's one of the things that really makes this, you know, a worthwhile experience. One of the many things makes this a worthwhile experience for me.
Right.
And the opioid crisis story that I've been working on recently, I've been really grateful and thankful for that storyline. I definitely have some family members that had personal experience with it. And it's just right in line with that, you know, along with mental health, we deal with sometimes controversial storylines as far as types of people, and I think we foster or have the opportunity to create fostering of conversation after the show that hopefully people can look at things in a new light and also learn quite a bit through the entertaining. I mean, first and foremost we entertain, but hopefully you get up educated. And I think we do that very well, and so I'm very proud of that.
I'm actually really happy that you mentioned the opioid crisis, because the one thing that I would say that makes this show unique is that you are always mentioning current events and things that are going on in the world. So with that, do you all think we'll be seeing any coronavirus stories on the show anytime soon?
You know, we're reaching the end of our season, and there's about a 6-week, 2-month lead time that the scripts need. So listen, it's a Dick Wolf show, and as you say, it's a lot of stuff is very current. But I would be surprised if we didn't get to a story as soon as we could. But that might be next season. I don't know. In the meantime, we're just, it's a real privilege for us to represent the first responders of the world, who now more than ever are, really the unsung heroes of daily life.
All right. Well, thank you all so much for joining us today, and congratulations on this 100 episode milestone.
Thank you
very much.
Thanks for having us.
It's great having you.